What's the good word, y'all? Your boys, we made it happen today. Jets Flight Squad in the building. DKBxJets. I got Italy Jet with me, aka Gino, aka the Evening Brew.
Yeah, Jets Evening Brew, but that's good too.
Jets Evening Brew, got you. And then, of course, we got New York Jets Situation Report. Gunny Gumby in the building with us. Y'all, Monday, the dominoes are already falling. Gino, please kick us off.
Hey, why? Just why? Trey Dean, why? I mean, listen, Davis has 7 lives now. How long has he been with this team? 4 seasons or something like that? 3, 4 seasons? Still has 9 lives. Maybe even 7. You know what? I just don't get it. Like Davis is a good special teams guy. He stepped up a little bit in training camp. I get that, but I still think Trey Dean is better than him. I clearly see him as the heavier favorite as a backup position with us. And even reports are saying on Twitter and even on Google that Trey Dean could still make the 53-man roster. And I'm like, okay, if he comes back, practice squad, something's going to happen with that. But I don't see him coming back on the practice squad. I just don't. I'm so mad. It's like the Pinnock move all over again. I'm getting PTSD from Pinnock over again. So it's killing me, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised by it. I really thought Ashton Davis's days were numbered. I felt that he does this every season. He shows out in training camp. He shows out in freaking the preseason. You start to thinking like, oh man, all right, he might be okay, and then he plays in the regular season, and you're like, what is okay? Like it's weird to me because I think Trey Dean showed that he was a better tackler. He's more reliable. I would even say he was better in coverage as well in the preseason. I don't understand the logic. The only good thing about it is I'll say this is that the safety position is significantly undervalued in the NFL. He is still a developmental guy, and then if you bring him on right now, you have to add him to your 53-man roster. And is somebody willing to go ahead and take a 53-man roster spot from on a team to go ahead and add this guy to it? Because that's the only thing where I feel like there might be a chance that we might see him slip to the practice squad and then, of course, being elevated to the 53. But I don't get it, man. I was surprised to see it. I mean, Bam Knight got cut. I mean, we all saw that coming. I know for a fact he's about to be picked up by somebody.
For sure.
Hell, it wouldn't surprise me if the Bills picked him up. So he's about to be gone. But
or Miami. I could see
Miami. If they don't get JT, I could see Miami being interested as well. But man, the Trey Dean one hit, man. Like that one hurt a little bit. I was really hoping this wouldn't be the case.
Gino, can you tell me or find out for us who I think we're 13th in the waiver wire claim. Can you tell us who the teams ahead of us are?
I'll look it up right now.
But Trey, I heard about it when Gino texted us when we were trying to figure out if we were still going to be able to run around the same general time. So that was tough. I think Gino probably placed it perfectly. The man has, 9 lives, 7 lives, whatever the hell it is cats have. It's weird. I just chatted about this and I felt like it kind of summarized things pretty well with the competition between, Trey Dean and Ashton. At best, they probably played about the same, right? Short tacklers. Well, to be fair, Trey Dean racked up. I think he still ended up in the top 7 in tackles in preseason, and that's after this flop with the Giants game. But exactly. Ashton Davis really only balled out in the one game, which happened to be the same one Ashton Davis did.
Yes.
Or Trey Dean did, excuse me. So at best, I would say Trey Dean and Ashton Davis are on the same level. So if that's the case, why not go with the younger guy who's already exceeded production totals? And you're going to save money with Ashton Davis. Like there's no, I can't wrap my brain around what makes it make sense. Trey Dean would have been a good special teamer for us just as much as Ashton Davis would have been. He's younger. He has the higher upside. And I don't see you giving Ashton Davis another contract. So unless Davis finally steps into that role that we finally thought he was going to be as that super athletic safety piece on the back end, which is highly unlikely. I'm at a loss for words. Trey Dean, I don't think there's a chance in hell that he sneaks by. Our practice squad is going to look good, but it's not going to have the same names that we've been used to all preseason.
This is fucking frustrating. And now it kind of makes you wonder, like, who else is going to get cut, right? That we all thought, like, fought their way. Was good.
I got it.
Let's see. So far, we cut Streveler. We cut Demarie Crockett, the running back. Tackle Adam Pankey. Tackle Yanni Kajust. Linebacker Nick Vigil. We cut Javelin Guidry. And we cut safety Dane Cruikshank. Oh, and Bam Knight, of course, as we mentioned. But I think that one was expected between all of us.
Yeah, we knew it was coming. He was the odd man out the moment we freaking got Dalvin Cook. I'm surprised Dye hasn't been cut yet. I'm wondering what the holdup is.
I wonder if there's a method to the madness when it comes to like the timing of cutting people when you want to try to sneak them onto the practice squad pass waivers.
Well, I think, what is it? Does it no matter what? Is it Wednesday or is it 48 hours?
What do you mean?
Because I know we can't do anything about it for 48 hours, but that would put it until Wednesday. Is it a 48 hours claiming process, or is it Wednesdays when you can file your claims anyway?
I don't even remember how that whole process works.
Yeah. Because if it's 48 hours, it's genius when you think about it. Because some teams are going to drag their feet in the hopes that, when the big flood of individuals hit the market tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, there's some names there, and then you'll have some recency bias in terms of some of the new names dropped. You could slide and forget about a Bam or forget about a Trey Dean. But in this situation, I think they did this for Bam just because out of respect, they want him to have a chance to go ahead and be on the roster. But I don't know, man. It wouldn't surprise me if he's able to go ahead and sneak onto the practice squad, or perhaps if freaking he could sneak on, or Trey Dean as well, because there's still going to be a flood of now with this whole you can dump everybody last minute type of rule. There's going to be a flood of individuals' names that drop tomorrow, and I think a lot of teams might wait on their waiver position. You know what I'm saying, to kind of see what that looks like before jumping on a name that's been let go early.
There's some pretty interesting names that are already out there. I can drop a couple. Gino, did we find out who's kind of ahead of us already that we might need to worry about?
Chicago's number 1. Texans are number 2. Cardinals are number 3. Colts are number 4. Broncos are number 5. Rams are number 6. Raiders are number 7. Falcons are number 8. Panthers are number 9. Saints are number 10. Titans are number 11. Browns are number 12. And the New York Jets are number 13.
So off the top of my head, it sounds like running back, linebacker, safety, and I think wide receiver at the top of the list for what those teams may target. Loosely, based off kind of what I've been checking out.
Yeah.
So I would probably say it's a good chance that, we see Bam Knight and Trey Dean get scooped up probably no later than the 5th or 6th waiver wire claim. Because the way it generally works is, let's say all other 31 teams, they can put in a claim for the same guy, and then it's just going to default to whoever has the highest, whoever's highest in the pecking order for waiver wire claims, right? What the hell is happening right there?
Uh-oh.
Nah, we're good. It's hot as hell in Vegas today. That storm has bypassed us, and we are back to that pure desert heat. Yeah, it's unlikely, but I did see some interesting names. So from some of the cuts, and I keep getting different lists that have come up, but I know one of the ones from a wide receiver aspect that stood out to me was Deion Kane. I'm trying to remember what team he was on that cut him. But he's a former wide receiver out of Clemson. Clemson's wide receiver units always interested me because they always have very talented receivers from a physical standpoint, guys that are really freakish. Things haven't worked out. Clemson's kind of fallen off of a off of a truck, and they've been dragged a little bit. And I don't know if it's the quarterback situations that they have going on or some of the coaching changes they've been trying to make. But guys like Deion Kane, guys like Justin Ross that are hanging on with the Kansas City Chiefs right now, those would be names I would still love to see get scooped up by the Jets if there's any way that they do make it to if they can't make it past cut day. I don't think I've seen anything for quarterbacks necessarily that look interesting. If you want to try to talk about a replacement for Tim Boyle, I think he might have saved his job versus the Giants. So probably not even looking in that direction. But have you guys seen any it's been tough. All of the news has kind of been hitting at once. But have you guys seen any names for guys that look interesting?
I see a lot of Jets fans excited about freaking Leatherford being
exactly.
That's disgusting.
Leatherford.
I don't.
Oh, the Bears tackle.
lineman. Yeah.
Yeah.
24 years old, former first-round pick. 24 years old.
Any one of us would have a better shot at protecting a quarterback from defensive linemen than that man would. He is not an NFL caliber player. I want him nowhere near Aaron Rodgers or this roster. But he's literally, it's draft pedigree. Purely in draft pedigree alone is he exciting so many people.
He was the guy that the Raiders reached on, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
He's
and then I think 24 years old. Yeah, I think when he went to the Bears, they tried him at left. He looked terrible. They tried him at right. He looked terrible. And then I think they tried to play him at guard to salvage him.
He looked terrible. Anywhere you put him on the line, he was a turnstile, bro. Like, this is not... Everybody was like, oh, my God, he was a 13th overall pick. No one cares. He can't play football. Like, he can't play football. That guy's a bust. He's a bust. And he can go take his next chance anywhere but the New York Jets. I don't need Aaron Rodgers getting murdered because this guy can't pick up a freaking block.
Fair play. I'm trying to think how much worse he can get than Billy Turner, but we've seen Laken Tomlinson. So, okay, there's a name that I just seen. Help me make sure I'm not crazy. Jalen Mayfield. That wasn't one of the tackles that just came out of this draft, was it?
Jalen Mayfield. Who dropped Jalen?
He's a Falcons guy. The name Mayfield sounds super familiar, but I don't think Jalen Mayfield was it.
That doesn't.
Jalen Mayfield was selected by the Falcons in last year's draft, not this year's. So 2020.
Okay, so different guy I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I think in round 3. Yeah, round 3.
I don't see anything else. You said who?
Was he released? Is that the guy you're talking about?
Yeah. They got cut. The name, I could have swore that I was thinking that was the Mayfield if I'm thinking of the same last name from this draft class, and I was gonna say if that's the case. I'm thinking of. I think his name was Duncan Mayfield.
No. Jalen Mayfield was cut by the Atlanta Falcons yesterday.
Yeah.
And he's from this recent draft class?
From the 2021 draft class.
Oh, okay. Before. So, yeah, different one. Okay.
Huh. I know that's a real I mean, a 3rd round pick.
I know Barnett wanted a trade.
The Bears let go a ton of people already. Yeah, I know Bravion Roy, their DT, was one of the guys I talked about us trying to snag if we wanted another big body. Terrell Basham's gone.
Wow.
Yeah, this is tough. I don't see any tackles that look really interesting yet. But, I mean, I desperately want us to replace Billy Turner, and I almost don't care who does it.
Who it is. Just not Billy Turner?
Just not Billy Turner. I would. Oh my God! If I got to see his fucking name on the roster on NFL Sundays, I'm gonna cry. It's like I respect the job of them just getting to the NFL, and like he obviously has been there for I think almost a decade or something like that. So it's respectable to a certain degree. But if you're getting beat left, right, and center to this degree, like just hang it up, bro. Just call it a day. Hanging out with your friends isn't that important when you're just getting clobbered for 60 minutes on Sundays and getting abused during practices. Like it's not worth it.
How do we feel about Derek Kelly getting released by the Cleveland Browns?
Derek Kelly II. I just seen that from the Browns. I don't remember a whole ton about him. Is he the dude that's a little shorter, but he's like 330-ish or something like that pounds?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, I don't remember a whole ton. I just remember them speaking up the size. I don't know how he moves. I'm not familiar with like the background for him too much. I'd have to check him out today.
He does sound familiar, though.
I think no, that's not him. You know what? Let me see. Who the
Bobby
Eagles
Hart,
let go from their
Jermaine
offensive
Fetty's
line?
out there. Greg Little's out there.
Yep, Greg Little.
Probably another Billy Turner, but interesting physical
But it's not
traits.
Billy Turner, though.
Yeah.
Which you seem
not
very,
Billy
very
Turner.
keen on.
Which
That
I don't
name.
understand why he's still here.
Kenyon Drake got cut.
Did he really?
Yeah,
Just
Yeah.
now? Just now?
I don't know
Nah,
if it's
like earlier
just now,
today.
but I see him on this list.
All right, let's look at the Eagles' offensive line. Best offensive line in all of football last year.
Facts.
They let go of Dennis Kelly and Brett Toth, offensive tackles, and Josh
Brett Toth ain't
Andrews,
shit.
offensive guard. Any of those names strike you guys as interesting? I mean, if
No,
they were on the Eagles,
sorry. That's the only appealing thing, but they must be cut for a reason.
Yeah,
I mean, most of these guys will be, but I don't. It'll probably be tough to see anything that noticeably stands out, at least at the tackle position.
Yeah, offensive line is going to be very, very difficult for you to let go of quality freaking players right now because it's such a scarce freaking type of skill set in the NFL nowadays, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's becoming harder and harder to find quality offensive linemen.
At
every
this
which way
point, you
turn.
kind of gotta hope you have like an elite trait that you can build around with
That
them.
you can build exactly. Right, Billy Turner. Why is he here? Because Aaron Rodgers knows him.
Yeah,
Aaron
best
Rodgers knows him.
friends.
So that's why he's here, right? Like,
I know, but still.
Man, all I know is, football is back. In 2 weeks the Jets play football, and it counts.
Monday Night Football.
2 weeks from today, bro. Like that's real. The New York Jets get to play. And have y'all seen the haters? I gotta ask this, man. I gotta ask this. Have y'all seen the haters about the Aaron Rodgers Garrett Wilson touchdown?
Yeah.
As if
He-
the
Oh, yeah.
Giants,
He caught the
yeah.
ball against the UDFA. It's our third stringers. I was like, look,
First and foremost, it's the Giants. That guy from their starting cornerback, there's not much difference. You're not going to convince me otherwise. They're a really, really bad defense. Two, Sauce Gardner couldn't have stopped that freaking pass. It was perfect placement, perfect leverage, perfect timing. There's no freaking record for that. There's nothing you can do for perfect timing, perfect placement. I'm sorry, Sauce couldn't have stopped that if Aaron Rodgers made that play. It's not possible.
it was out of
one
there
those
in
things
like
where,
3 steps.
Exactly.
And-
Every time I freaking see these haters now, I'm getting more and more violent on Twitter in terms of coming
They getting
for 'em.
bold
Oh,
though.
yeah.
That's
They getting
that's a
really
bold move by Aaron Rodgers.
They-
I get it's the preseason, but who the hell is doing a fade route 13 yards out?
Right? I was like,
I mean,
oh, okay, so this is how we coming. And the Giants were bringing all kinds of exotic blitzes to try to get to Aaron Rodgers too, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like they were trying to get to Aaron Rodgers. I can't wait.
Yeah, I think they said that was supposed to be a run play that he checked out of.
Yeah,
the first 3 series were bad. And then the last 3 series were good leading up to the touchdown. And he just perfectly
I wouldn't even
placed.
say they were bad because there were some perfectly thrown balls.
Yeah.
Got some
No,
movement. We got some.
He scrambled and they kept blitzing. They couldn't hold it up. And then the last 3 lean up touchdown, he had protection. He looked comfortable, and then the touchdown.
Keep in mind we got shot in the foot by a couple of those
a lot of
penalties
our own
too.
penalties. Those are what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He was eating that blitz alive. Those penalties is what kept them around. I think they would have scored on the first drive too. if not for the penalties. I think they would have at the very least got to field goal range the way they were moving the ball. But Randall Cobb want to go ahead and try to kill people and stuff on the field, but that's what it is. I don't know, man. Like I'm just at this point now. I can't wait for football to get here because it's getting annoying now to try to go ahead and speak logically about the why Aaron Rodgers had a bad season last year. You know, nobody wants to account for the 40 drops that his freaking receivers had or the adjusted completion percentage of 80% if on those 40 drops. You know, it wasn't Aaron Rodgers was bad, is that he had players who couldn't catch the ball, but nobody wants to take that into consideration. Yes, he was hurt. I'll even say I don't care about the bruised ribs. I don't care about the freaking fractured thumb. I care about the drops more than anything else on 80% adjusted completion percentage. Those 40 drops hurt a lot statistically, and he still finished with top 10 stats. You know how crazy it is when people say a quarterback was trash and he had top 10 stats in the NFL? Like,
You know people don't pay
that to
attention
me is
to shit.
mind-boggling. Bruh. Aaron Rodgers was trash. His trash year was top 10 stats in the league. Okay, I'm sure. If you say so. Man, the season can't
Like
get
if it ain't Patrick Mahomes or a Jalen Hurts or somebody that got deep into the playoffs, everybody else is garbage all of a
it
sudden.
was garbage.
And you can't count out Aaron Rodgers either way. He did very good at the end, and also he had a bad offensive line. He had a lot of injuries over there, so he's just working with what he got.
Yeah, everybody keeps talking about how the offensive line was great. Aaron Rodgers was running for his
wasn't
life.
that great?
Damn near
Exactly.
every game. The reason why people
Most
can
of
say
his
that is because
passes.
Aaron Rodgers can minimize the sacks. Because the sacks weren't high, so the offensive line looks better. But the man was running for his life all last season. It's all good. 2 weeks.
It's the politics.
It's all
People gonna
good.
take whatever angle suits them best.
That's fine.
2 weeks. Let the crows keep pecking. In 2 weeks, to start to suffocate. I can't wait for it to get here.
Oh boy.
Hey,
Well,
Hey,
I wonder how
Gino,
many
I
more
need you to do
people
me
will
a favor
cut.
before we leave.
Me?
What happened?
Yeah, before we get off, I need Gino to do me a favor. I'm not gonna say what it is yet, but before we get off, you wonder how many more we're gonna cut today?
Yeah, because we have about 8 or so on the list today. Our deadline's 4 p.m. tomorrow, and I'm sure they're not staying in there all damn night. I'm trying to cut this list down.
Let's see.
Wait. Back to our original conversation. We won't even know who anybody picks up until potentially Wednesday off claims then, right?
Right. Wednesday and
correct.
Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday.
That's
Yep.
correct.
Trash.
So they could put the claim in already for Troy Dean and for Zonovan Knight. They could have already seen them and put the
for
claim
sure.
in already.
For
And
sure.
we won't know until Wednesday when it clears the NFL freaking portal.
I bet you anything, just based off what we're seeing so far, 50% of our claims are probably still going to be an edge rusher. The other 50% will probably snag a tackle or two, and then it'll probably still end up being like DBs. I think we're probably good in the linebacker department as long as we can keep our guys.
Yeah, I can see Javelin Guidry getting picked up too.
I'm okay with that.
No, I am too, but I can see him getting. No, I'm talking about like claimed. I can see him being claimed.
I think Smart's gonna get cut, and I think he'll get claimed.
Yeah, he'll get claimed in a heartbeat.
So
Yeah.
over or under on it. So last year, 7 of our guys got scooped up. Over or under, or are we matching?
Over.
I think way over.
I think over.
It's not even like a clear over or a tie. It's gonna be way
No, it's
over.
over.
We're cutting
I think
depth.
we're in double digits.
We're cutting
I think
depth
we're in
people.
double digits. Yep.
Yeah. There's not going to be much of a practice squad.
What's crazy is I think Zonovan Knight can start on some teams. Right? So like Zonovan can be a starter in the NFL. He's
at least RB2. At least RB2 or RB1.
Minimum RB2.
Yeah.
I think Dean, you saw a lot of flashes throughout the entire offseason and the preseason. He's got a lot of good stuff on tape, and it's the safety position. I think he could be somebody's wanted to take a chance on it and add them to the roster. I think Guidry can get picked up. And that's just from the 10 we've already dismissed today, right? So like that's 30% right there, gone. So yeah, I think we're going to be at double digits, at least 10.
And not only that, Dean, you can convert him like they try to do with Clark with the Jets into like a linebacker role a little bit too, because of how quick he is going from the left and right side with his tackles. You can play that sometimes. He's a clear cutthroat, good backup at least in his safety position. But if you really want to convert him to a little bit of a linebacker, that's also good too. He's got the height for it.
Keep me honest here. When we were, not us, but in general, when the world was arguing about who we might sign instead of Alan Lazard, it was Lazard, it was N'Keal Harry as basically the only two targets, right?
I mean, if you want to talk about what the Jets wanted to do,
Yeah, like prior to signing Alan Lazard, I think the general consensus was that it was either going to be Lazard or it was going to be N'Keal Harry because everybody thought we were cutting Davis.
And then like 2 weeks later, it was Beckham.
Right, and then he came into the fold. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if maybe we try to double back to N'Keal Harry since they cut him.
I'm good.
I don't think that's the same player I'm thinking of, though, because how the hell do you cut somebody you just signed? And I thought they gave him like a 2 or 3 year deal.
Yeah,
I mean, they did it to James Brown. I mean, James Robinson. They did to James Robinson.
And that was tough to me because he did have a decent game. That was funny.
And then he got cut again. He got cut again.
Man.
So, James Robinson. He's out for blood.
It's a rough lifestyle for him.
That's got to be
teams
hard,
put multiple claims in, players turn waivers.
In the same area. He went from Jacksonville, us, Patriots, then the Giants, all in the same coast.
The East Coast just don't want you, bro.
Go to California.
Move to the West Coast,
bro.
Kevin, to your point, I think the way we talked about this before works. So if a team cuts them, all other teams can put a claim in for them. It's just going to go according to who's up top on the waiver wire order, which works based on the last year's standings in reverse order. So the worst team gets the top pick.
According to this waiver wire, I'm just going to be straight up. I think he's going to go to the Texans.
Ooh,
Trey Dean.
Oh, Trey Dean?
Trey Dean to the
the waiver. They're number 2. I can't see the Bears doing it, but I can totally see the Texans doing it. He's a defensive mind coach. Loves the defense.
We don't hear from Robert Saleh until Wednesday too, right?
Correct.
Damn. Yeah, I got another thought process on some of this shit because I'm not panicking, but my mind is blown right now. I don't.
What you thinking about?
It's the Davis effect, like the Rodgers effect. It's the Davis effect, or the Davis curse, or the Davis curse.
Ashton Davis didn't clearly outplay anybody, so why not take the guy that can offer the most in your defense
and save the $3 million?
Yeah, and younger. He's younger.
At this point, if we do shit like that and we still keep a guy like, not that I'm hating on him, but if we still keep a guy like Justin Hardy and we can get back a smooth like $2.5 million, but we chop a Trey Dean, I'm perplexed.
I'm with you.
I don't get it, man. Like, in all actuality, the more and more I think about it, the more and more it gives me a headache because it doesn't make any sense to me.
Exactly.
But then I sit here and I'm like, can we really argue with the coaching staff that made us? We went from 32nd to the top 3 defense last year. Like we could try here and argue it all we want to, but at the same time, we went from 32nd to 3rd best defense in the league in one season. Like, they have all the leverage in terms of, like, we're just going to have to trust the process. But fucking A, man. Ashton Davis has already shown us who he is.
Yeah.
We know who he is. At the very least, they haven't – I think even if they played on par with each other, Trey Dean makes too much sense. He's younger.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what his ceiling could potentially be. His floor is what? Missing tackles the same way we've seen Ashton Davis do 1,000 times. Like, I don't – the logic is just – I don't know.
This is what happened. They flipped a coin between Knight and Davis, and they kept Davis. That's all I could think of.
I think Ashton Davis has freaking like a picture or something of Joe Douglas.
Dude, yeah, there's got to be
You
some
can't
blackmailing
allow-
going on. There's got to be some blackmailing going on. I'm
Hey, if you
serious. There
cut
has to
me,
be.
this gets released type of
Right.
shit. And Joe's like, damn it, man,
Right.
I've built my reputation. It's got to be it, man. Like some. That's the only thing that makes sense because I otherwise it makes no sense. It just doesn't make any sense.
To your point, if I calm down and think about it, Marquand Manuel is one of my favorite coaches that we almost never see in the background. A guy that could have had some head coaching opportunities and stuff this year. In fact, I think what he's done with the safety room has been fantastic. Turning Tony Adams into what we think he could be is no small feat.
That's a good point.
As a UDFA, along with, we shit on Jordan Whitehead, but he wasn't absolutely terrible. He just didn't play anything close to what we should have been getting in year one. So either way, from the safety aspect of what he's done, I'll trust his opinion on maybe, what he's been seeing, but it's still tough because even when I think this is the first year I've actually been able to cover and pay attention to a lot of the training camp practices. Ashton Davis's name was not coming up like that. Like he wasn't making plays, where, most of the people just aren't aware of it or anything like that. Trey Dean necessarily wasn't either, but at least he was more consistent in the preseason, which is why I'm confused. But
I'm telling you, bro, Joe Douglas is being held hostage right now by whatever picture Ashton Davis has or video, whatever it is, because
Whatever it is.
It doesn't.
all right, bro. I'll let you finish out your rookie contract. After that,
Bye. Bye.
Don't ever call me again. Lose my
Ciao,
number, and I get the
Bella.
copy of that picture. That's got to be it.
I see you in Florham Park again. It's gonna be ashes for Ashton, boy.
Right.
It's gonna be on site, my guy. On site.
Right.
Oh man, that is tough. Yeah, I can't wait. It's already I couldn't finish it yesterday. I think my kids woke up early from that, but I was trying to go through a prediction video yesterday for what I thought cuts and all that was going to be, and I'm already kind of getting screwed. So,
yo, Mooney, they just said. I mean, you guys probably saw it, but this is the first time I'm seeing it. Mooney is a trade candidate. Bears.
I did see that earlier. Yeah.
I don't know. I would entertain that a little bit. I like Mooney. I like Mooney. No one like
He's
Mooney
done
here?
solid. I think I'm aware of him. High level overview. I know he's done some good things. I think he's more of like a wide receiver 3, though. No.
Now he is because of all the people they have. He used to be wide receiver 1 and 2.
He's built like a slot receiver, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
See, like a lot of the people that are mentioning like wanting to trade for Hunter Renfrow and all that, like I love having the talent in the building, but fuck, we already have a ton of slot receivers. I want a boundary guy.
Yeah, but Mooney can play both, and he's younger, and he's clearly been Fields' best target before the other guys got in. For me,
I want the build.
What I've seen.
I want the build. I want the look of a guy that looks like he's gonna go out there and eat you up on the sideline.
If I'm not mistaken, though, doesn't Mooney have 1,000-yard season under his belt already? I'm pretty positive he has 1,000-yard season under his belt.
I thought he got close to it.
Last year.
Did he?
No, not last year. The Bears didn't.
It couldn't be. Justin Fields was running up a storm last year.
It couldn't have been. Maybe I'm mistaken. For some reason in my head,
you know what's crazy though? I'm almost positive I just went back and looked at this. I don't even think Justin Fields led the league in rushing last year, like rush attempts. That was Jalen Hurts, which shocked the hell out of me.
Yeah. Justin Fields is a freak athlete, man.
Yeah, he was doing some nutty stuff.
If he can figure out how to throw the ball the way he did in college at the NFL level, bruh.
Yeah, I don't think Lawson was ever. Yeah, Kevin, I don't think Lawson was ever an IR candidate. I think his back issues are just lingering for a while. If he gets put on IR, it'll be at the very last possible minute. And I don't think they would do IR. I don't know if the PUP list is still a thing once the regular season kicks off or not. But I don't see them putting him on IR, not for 8 weeks.
Yeah, last year. I was right. 1,000-yard season last year.
2022. Seriously? He had 1,000.
2022.
What did he get? Like 1,004?
There's no way.
Literally just 1,000.
There's no way.
Right at it.
Hey, so somebody
71
Wikipedia,
receiving.
somebody Wikipedia
Hold
that
on. I
shit.
gotta
That's
look that
not.
up myself.
Sure?
There's no freaking way. There was no 1,000-yard receivers last year.
All right,
on the
I'll
Bears.
keep looking. I'll keep looking.
It's
That's
it's Darnell Mooney, right? That's his first name. Darnell.
yeah,
Darnell
Darnell
Mooney.
All
Mooney.
right. Let me Google
That's
that.
crazy. If that's facts, that's crazy.
Darnell Mooney.
Darnell Mooney, ain't that a
I keep seeing it. I'm just the sketchy part is the receiving yards. It keeps saying 50 through 71, but it
No.
keeps saying
what was
about.
his
No,
what was his
He,
average?
he
Must
had
have been
493 yards last season. He had 1,055 in 2021, and then he had 631 in 2020. That makes more sense. I'm like, there's no way. Last year they did not throw enough.
Justin Fields wasn't even playing the entire
In
season.
2021.
Yeah,
yeah. 2021 is he has one 1,000-yard season, and it was in 2021. 1,055 yards.
wait, how long has he been in the league? It's been 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah,
3
3
years.
years.
He's a baby, man. Like year one, not bad. I mean, almost 500 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns, 40 receptions. He doubled that in year two, 81 receptions, 1,055 yards, 4 touchdowns. He did have 4 touchdowns last season, but only 631 yards. But as a wide receiver, 2, 3, like
Yeah,
you could do worse. You could do worse. He's from Tulane. I mean, he has a career average of 12 yards a catch. I mean, that's nothing to slouch at.
That's not bad.
Darnell Mooney. Why would they be
not
trading
bad.
him? He's young still on his first year contract.
Who do they have ahead of him right now? It's Moore and
Chase Claypool.
Chase Claypool. I thought Chase Claypool, people were saying, was a cut candidate.
I thought he was a cut candidate.
He is a cut candidate, but I don't know what they're still trying to depend on trying to figure that out.
That's a weird wide receiver room, depending on who they
really
cut
is.
now. Because
Bears.
they were making it sound like they were stacked at wide receiver. Now it doesn't sound so much
It
to be
sounds
the
Where
case.
depleted.
here? I'm looking at the Bears depth chart right now. Mooney and DJ Moore, St.
Yeah.
Brown. St. Brown's in there.
Equanimous?
Equanimous, yeah. St. Brown.
Jones Jr. Yeah, but Mooney's
listen,
still a number 2. though.
After Moore, Mooney,
Claypool and St. Brown.
and Claypool, it's a bunch of mid.
Yeah, but Claypool is an attitude.
Equanimous isn't even all that. He's just like a
He's not.
Claypool's just half-assing everything over there right
yeah,
now.
he's just a big
he's,
dude.
He's more about his modeling career. Yeah, I think isn't Equinorius like a 6'3", 6'4", just a
Him
big
and
body
him and
receiver.
him and his
Yeah,
brother from the
he's-
Lions
he's
are. I don't think they're twins, but they have the same build.
Okay, well, the gene pool must have went one way heavily because we know who Mount St. Brown is. We know him.
Yeah, but they've been talking about him like heavily with the Bears, like being not like a breakout year, but a better year. I mean, he's got a lot of competition, but they like him over there.
But
Yeah, I don't know about a breakout year.
He
He
from
just
like Green Bay.
Amon
He
Ra?
was a Packer, wasn't he? Equanimous.
Oh yeah, Equanimous. Yeah, he was with the Packers.
Listen. If Aaron Rodgers couldn't get the best out of him, I'm sorry. I don't care where you go. Unless you're going to talk to Patrick Mahomes.
Yo, because that's the same conversation I had about us signing Alan Lazard. I was like, he had 5 years with him, bruh.
And I'm telling you right now, I think Alan Lazard is wide receiver 3. He is not a 2 and he's not a 1. Everybody keeps hyping him up like, oh, he's going to be our 2. He wasn't even a 2 in Green Bay. Like his
what
best
you're saying is making me sadder because that means Mecole Hardman either has to be a number 2 or you have to hope in Irvin Charles or Jason
I'm
Brown.
telling you right now, we do not have a proven number 2 wide receiver on our roster.
no,
Davis
that's
was
With
that
Corey
guy.
Davis.
Davis was that guy.
Was that guy.
Always.
And with him leaving, we do not have a proven number 2 on this roster, and it hurts my soul because I'm like, damn it, man. I'm not gonna go down the Elijah Moore rabbit hole. I'm not. I hate what he did. I'm with every Jets fan on that. But damn it, a talent like his right now
Would have
with
been
an
nice.
Aaron Rodgers would be nice to have, right?
Deshaun Watson's been having a field day with him.
Field day with him.
Oh, dude, that's one of his favorite targets right there.
Offense. Oh, we just did a whole bunch more releases, boys.
Word?
All right, the New York Jets have now released. Oh, they placed cornerback Jimmy Moreland on IR. We've released offensive lineman Greg Sonata and defensive end Pita Temaponu, and Nick Vigil we already called.
Yeah, and then Senate's released too.
Gregson,
Matt.
he hasn't
Yeah.
done much as shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're doing all of the easy cuts right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ones that we kind of already.
Mine is trading, but
minus trading.
those are these
And we
are all
thought
the
Bam
easy
Knight was going to be
cuts.
the hard cut. We all knew that was coming. We were upset about that. Freaking trading.
I bet you
That's-
Bryce Hall comes down the pipeline soon.
Bro, they can't cut Bryce Hall. You got to if you're going to let him go, you got to trade him. I'm sorry, man. The dude has valuable starting reps in the league. He's not going to be
If he was going to get traded, I'd imagine they would have done it by now. Because I mean, I'm not excited about seeing Derek Langford in the 53-man roster, but the man is a freak of nature, the way he's built.
Oh, what
And
is
your number,
this?
I mean, how likely was Bryce Hall going to play either, right? I think he had, less than 100 snaps last year?
If Ashton Davis gets cut, Bryce Hall's going to safety. That would be.
Not as a strong safety. Fucking trash.
You wanted him at safety.
I wanted him at free safety.
Put him over
As
there
a strong safety,
Hold
he's
on.
going to get
Yo,
lit.
the Texans just released Christian Kirksey.
Yeah,
Who?
you didn't know that? Kirksey, yeah. That was
Christian
like
Kirksey,
that was like an
the
hour or two
linebacker?
ago. Yeah, the linebacker, number 50.
He
Is that the
would be-
linebacker?
Yeah, we need to put
58, 56 or
He was
something.
a team captain for him last year. He'd be easily the second best linebacker on our freaking roster. Oh, I like that.
I don't know. Look, there's going to be like a tier group we got to go through. The Christian Kirksies aren't going to make it to us.
Yeah, that exactly.
No, you're right.
Nah, we ain't
Yeah,
doing
there's
that.
no way. He's
There's
gonna
no
get
way.
picked
We're
before
13th on the list. There's no
Nah.
way.
We're going to
You're
have
right.
the wish list. We're going to have the realistic ones.
hey,
And then we're going to have like
Yeah.
the sneaky good dudes.
Why would they cut him.
I know that Colt McCoy got released, but I wouldn't have minded him as a backup quarterback.
I thought about it too, but Colt McCoy's old, man. He's not even really a decent game manager anymore.
Better than
And I've
He's a
been
good
on record as saying,
he's like a poor man's Aaron Rodgers, like from the standpoint that he's a good like on-field player coach.
I want nothing to do with any other quarterbacks coming into this house. If Aaron Rodgers gets hurt, let's be honest, our season is in
jeopardy,
right? But in all actuality, I think there's more value in seeing what freaking Zach Wilson would have vice bringing in some mid quarterback to play and take up time and not be able to evaluate for the future anyway. Like, I would like to see Zach Wilson with competent coaching, because he didn't have that in his first 2 years. A mentor like an Aaron Rodgers, you know what I'm saying, over his freaking shoulder, take the realm so we know for a fact if this guy can be salvaged in the future. If Aaron Rodgers goes down and our season's in jeopardy, I mean, there's no quarterback out there right now that we're going to come in there and that still makes us Super Bowl freaking like competitors. There's no
wrong.
Right, like,
you would wrong, Gunny. You would knock on the door for Jacoby Brissett. Let's be honest.
He's already on the team though. He's already signed though.
No, you would knock on the door and get him anyway.
Yeah,
like you would even have
1,000%.
to, if he got cut or made a trade.
I could see him kidnapping him. Get your ass in his room.
I would go ahead and make a trade for him. But unless if we're talking about picking up somebody who's currently available on the market, I'm good. Let's just roll with Zach Wilson. But if we're talking about trading for my boy freaking Jacoby, I'm in for that. If we're trying to save the season, and you want to win, put Jacoby in.
Who got cut?
Erickson just got cut, the wide receiver from Cincy.
Oh, Alex Erickson. Ooh, okay. So we might really be sticking with the UDFAs. If anybody was going to make that 5th or 6th spot, I thought it was going to be Alex Erickson.
Gibson,
he's actually been pretty decent.
I want Gibson.
I think it's going to be Gibson and Brownlee.
It's gonna be both of them?
Video, I picked up both of them.
Lost Corey Davis.
So you think they're gonna roll with 6?
I think they'll roll with 6.
Yeah. Jacoby
It's either
Brissett.
that or it's going to be Nick Bawden that they keep as a fullback, and then we'll lose a wide receiver.
Okay, Charles, Yeboah, or Kuntz?
Who?
It's tough. It's tough.
I think it should be Yeboah.
Yeah, Irvin Charles. Yeah,
I think it should be Yeboah, but I think it's going to wind up being Kuntz.
I can see that.
Here's the thing. I would say, mm, I would say we have more ability to weather the storm with a tight end going down than we can with the receiver at this point.
Facts, 100%. 100%.
Say that again.
He's saying that if we lost
if
one of our starting tight ends, if we lost a tight
yeah,
end in our tight end room, we can weather
everybody looks good.
Everybody looks
Literally everybody in camp has made plays.
Right.
So I would feel comfortable if an
room.
injury struck. We could make do with our tight end still. With the wide receiver core, Corey Davis already has us on the edge. Shit's real shaky around here.
Yep. And we got a wide receiver 1 and a bunch of 3s after that.
Brownlee equals Mims. I keep seeing this shit, yo. Everybody keeps saying Vincent Brownlee and Denzel Mims is this offseason.
I mean,
it's not the same thing whatsoever.
I don't think so.
It's not.
Brownlee runs better routes. He understands the playbook. He's actually putting in effort, right?
Exactly.
I think there's a lot difference. But I see what he's saying though, in terms of the size, the hype in training camp, preseason. I see what he's saying, but I still think the output's been different.
But
yeah, Denzel Mims has never shined out the way that Jason Brownlee has at any point because he's never really had a healthy offseason for one.
Exactly.
He's never balled out like that. He's had good preseason games where he does things like carrying 3 or 4 guys for, an extra 10 yards that gets us excited. But Denzel Mims has never done anything close to breaking out in the game except for the one, I think the Giants preseason game where he had the 100 plus and a TD. Like Jason Brown.
Uh-oh.
And
then good?
This happened a couple times with him.
It's probably overheating.
it's like a melted egg. It's like a melted egg. You all right?
Yeah. I think it cut out. I don't know what the hell happened. This is the second time I've seen it do it.
Yeah, me too.
It probably is. I know I'm going to have to go back in his office, and they're going to know.
Same here.
Well, my last thing is, I wanted Thomas off this team. Now I think he's proven that he is going to be on this team, and I think that I like his leadership, and he has been balling out in training camp, in the games. So I'm okay with having Smart being let go and keeping Solomon Thomas.
I think Solomon Thomas is staying for sure, but who are we looking at on the interior? So Quinnen, Al, Jefferson, Solomon. Did we keep 5 last year?
Clemens has moved over there now.
I think they still technically keep him more so on the edge.
Just like JFM? Because then they move him over?
Yeah, so I don't know. It depends on if they keep. So during this preseason, Clemens has played about 41% of his snaps on the inside. He only played like 9% or something like that last year. So if they keep it the way they did this preseason, then technically I guess you label him as a DT, but I don't think he gets that much run when the actual games start counting. So I think you still look at him as your elite edge run setter, and you sprinkle in the DT blocks because I honestly would rather have Tanzel Smart over Michael Clemens, at least playing on the interior.
I mean, yeah, I guess
tap my phone. He's a fool.
Either one.
Just tapped your phone, DK. Yo.
What happened?
Sick of
it. That's funny. All right, boys.
Before we get off, real quick. Ayo, Gino, I need you to pick a number between 1 and 12.
1 and 12?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What? Okay.
Our draft order.
1 and 12.
Draft order between 1 and 12. I'm going to go 5.
Perfect. With the 12th overall pick, whoever is player number 5 gets that pick. So that just means, you know what? I'm going to just do it right now while we're here. I'm going to take this video and clip it. So you said 5?
I said 5, number 5.
All right. So, I like it. With the 12th overall pick. Nah, it's Shane for real. Last year's champion. You get the 12th overall pick as being the number 5 coach on the roster here. All right. Good pick, Gino. Good pick.
What is it, snake order? So he'll get the back-to-back picks at least?
Yeah, that's true. So, it's just going to be snake. So he'll be the 12th pick.
Like Travis Kelce and like
There's no way Travis Kelce gets to number 12.
I don't know, bro. I just came off
No.
a fantasy football draft
There's
with
no way.
one
There's
of my
no
boys
way.
on the other channel. Travis Kelce lasted until like the 9th or 10th pick.
Yeah, it's possible.
7 maybe the latest.
All right. Hey,
Yeah,
Shane, for real, there you have it. You've been selected to get pick number 12 in the upcoming New York Jets Situation Report subscribers fantasy football draft.
Beautiful.
Boom. I'm going to clip that. Cool.
Beautiful. Who got first? I don't think we got that far
We're
yet.
not
This
there
is just
yet. This is pick.
so.
Yeah, I'm about to go ahead and get it throughout the week. So you'll see me posting random videos on my shorts, and you'll see who gets to first.
Is this your thing? Your fantasy football league? Is this what we're talking? Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell?
We were trying to think of a clever way to go ahead and pick the draft order since we're all over the goddamn country, and we came up with randomly having people select numbers. And I got to do it like on video live, you know what I'm saying, unencumbered. And then that person dictates the pick, starting with the very first one, getting the 12th pick, and it was you. So number 5 gets the 12th pick, and that's last year's champion, Shane, for real.
All right, Shane, don't kill me. Everyone have a great night, baby. Great day, good night.
Sabotage. Y'all be easy.
Stay flight. Stay flight squad. Boom. See ya.